Hey guys, KRSif here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Digivolving Spirit 02 MetalGarurumon from Digimon Adventure. This is the second entry in the Digivolving Spirits line, which is a remake of the Warp Digivolving Gabumon to MetalGarurumon figure from the original series. So, let's get started. To start off, let's look at the figure in its Gabumon mode. So viewing it from the front, it's pretty solid. Starting off with the head, you can see it's got a lot of very nice mold and paint details. You can see all of the colors of the eyes, all the stripes all around it, the teeth and the mouth, the nose, a little fur on the forehead, as well as the horn, which is very well molded. As you can see, all of the different detail lines have also been given a bit of a black wash to make them stand out more. You got his ears back here, which are made of a more soft plastic and are rotatable and movable on these little ball joints. Coming down to the body, it's mainly this yellow color, but you can also see the mark on his belly, which is also very well painted in details, and you can see that for stuff like the belly mark and the stripes, they did mold in the lines of them so as to make them easier to paint and to reduce the chance of QC issues. Coming down to the arms, have more of those nice details. You've got the distinct color of the nails. Then underneath the pelt, you've got his actual fists, which are done up in yellow. Now, getting right to the side is where the cracks kind of start to show, as you can see that the underside of the arms and legs do reveal parts for MetalGarurumon. And the thighs are probably the biggest kind of point of issue with this mode. As you can see, there is this big gap for the transformation that shows part of the shoulders for MetalGarurumon and is a bit unsightly. And then you also have the legs and the feet, which are nicely painted, and the little plates on the bottom of the feet are made of die cast, so that he stands quite well. And you also have the back legs of the pelt, which are again very well molded and painted. And then you have the tail, which is a little bit oversized. Then you also see the spikes on it, though there is a gap between them for the sake of the transformation. And you can even see there is a very nice separation between the pelt on the back and the actual yellow skin. And then you also have all of the stripes on the back painted well in addition. As far as articulation goes, I already pointed out the articulation of the ears. Then you've got some ball joints in the arms, swivel joints that go up and down for the wrists, then ball joints for the wrists of the actual fists, though I don't see these being of much use since you can't really rotate the arms or the forearms in any way, nor can you rotate the paws of the pelt. Then for the legs, these are also on ball joints. You got a swivel joint for the knee, and then the feet are on rather interesting joints, as you can swivel them, move them forward and back, and then move them a bit side to side. But you can see that they basically move around the part they're attached to and don't have too much distance from the joint. So to get started on the transformation, first I'm going to come down here, open up this flap here. This will reveal the head for MetalGarurumon. So I'm going to reach in there and pull it out, like so, then close it up, and come to the head and raise up the little ears here. Then we'll come over to Gabumon's head rather, and split it open in the middle, which is a little bit tricky to do and something you want to be careful with so you don't scratch any of the paint. Just like that, and we're also going to rotate the ears forward. Just like that. Then you're going to want to take this section here and pull it out. Like so. We're going to open up the back of Gabumon, fold back in the pieces of the head, Then fit it inside, like so, and close it in. Which can be a little bit tricky because of the ears, and they can pop off if you're not careful. So you may want to kind of try to reposition them until you have them just right. Should be noted that there is a kind of similar thing going on with the MetalGarurumon head, where if you're not careful with it, the ears can pop off while trying to remove or put in it. So again, like that. Next we can transform the legs, so starting off with the front legs. I'm going to take them and rotate them around. You're going to take these parts, rotate them like this. Then you want to rotate around the feet, like so. You have this joint here, which you're going to extend out. And then there's a second one, which will rotate in, like this. You want to kind of flip it around the head. At the same time, disconnecting this joint. So you basically want to switch the positions of these two parts. This will come down here. Well, this will come up here. I'll do the same for the other side. It also helps to kind of move the other legs out of the way. Also, you want to be careful of these spikes as they are a bit sharp. So like that. And we'll come around to the back legs, which are a little bit easier to do. Want to unhinge this part. Like that, and bring it down here, fold at the feet, and fold in Gabumon's hands. Do the same on the other side. And you want to rotate this piece around 180 degrees, as well as moving around these hinges here to move the legs back into place. Then flip out the blade on its tail and split open the tail to form the wings, as well as flipping around these pieces to form the wing blades. And here we have MetalGarurumon. Now that transformation was not as hard as it looked. The thing was just that my hands were a little bit sway, so it was a bit hard to grip some of the parts, and it was also a little bit tricky trying to transform it as well as also keep it on camera, as is something I haven't done before with this figure. looking at the figure in detail, you can see that this is where this toy really shines. Starting off with the head, you can see it's got a very nice, very brilliant metallic paint job to it. See all the details for the snout with the nose and the whiskers. You got the eyes and the paint on 01. Have these ears here. The neck that goes down to the body. You also see how with this toy, Digimon like this and Wargreymon were kind of designed with being made in toys in mind. What with how the parts from Gabumon transfer over to become parts of MetalGarurumon, such as the feet becoming the shoulder missiles, the tail becoming the wings, the horn becoming the tail, obviously the belly becoming the torso, and then the parts of the pelt becoming the legs. Got the shoulder spikes here, and these cables here which connect down to the lower legs. Should we note that as far as the metallic painted parts go, the only parts that I can actually determine to be die-cast are basically the ones that are on the head, whereas the rest are just painted, since most of them also have these pieces of Gabumons attached to them. And you have the wings, you can see a lot of nice detail to them. You can also see that for the wing blades they add in this little energy effect. It looks very nice. You've got that same clear plastic here for the tail, which is also very well molded. Got a little gap in the middle, as well as the legs being quite well done. Before the articulation, the ears here are also on ball joints, like those of Gabumon. You open up the mouth, which you can see is also very well painted. You've got the inside of the mouth and the tongue, all well molded and painted in the proper colors. The head is on a ball joint, and the neck is on a swivel joint that goes up and down, though the kind of collar piece is also something that rotates, and it does rotate back and forth, like so. The shoulders are on ball joints, since they are originally Gabumon's legs. And these parts are also technically articulated, since they were originally Gabumon's feet. Got a hinge and swivel joint here at the front knees. The paws are on ball joints. Technically have a little bit of a swivel joint here because of the transformation, though it doesn't really lock into place except at the 2 points. You got ball joints for the back thighs, hinge joints for the knees, and then again ball joints for the ankles, as well as a little bit of a articulation joint at the tail, though it should stay kind of straight like this, since if you try and move it up or down too far, it really reveals the other part of the horn for Gabumon. And it's overall another well done figure. You can see some minor details that really do show the attention to detail, such as the little turbines on the bottom of his feet. And there we go. So overall, this is another solid figure in the line, and definitely a step in the right direction in terms of improvements. I can definitely say that in terms of comparisons to the Wargreymon figure, it's got better joints, a less complicated transformation, and does overall feel a bit more solid. In terms of the rookie mode, it does kind of lack a little bit in comparison to Agumon, just because it does show more of the alternate mode. But that alternate mode is also very solid, as it gets down all of the details and articulation points quite well. And in terms of those, I should also mention that not only are the wings hinged as well, of course, because of the transformation, but if you have the head tilted just right, you can open up the mouth even more. And even though I don't have the original Warp Digivolving Gabumon to MetalGarurumon, this is definitely an improvement upon that. So if you were a fan of this Digimon, this is definitely a figure I would recommend picking up if you're an adult collector looking for new Digivolving figures. So, next time I'll be reviewing the Deluxe Hazard Trigger, Tuesday at 6 PM PST. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is Chaotic Sifty, riding off.